Graduates, big up yourself. You know, I had to turn on the subscriber mode only before I get started. We have quite a show ahead tonight. Yes, indeed, we have quite a show ahead tonight. You know, I'm here working, and I got a message with a screen recording from over TikTok. I'm glad I'm stay. I'm glad I'm stay. Like up the live. People will start to join as we start to talk because I come for say a few things. And I come for call out a few people. Yes. I come for say a few things and I come for call out a few people. This is not a surprise. No, it is not a surprise. None of this that I am hearing and witnessing is a surprise. Now, I could go down the path of telling Tag about him parts. Yeah, I could go down that path because if anybody can tell you, J Progress can tell you, say, I can get very mucky if I need to. But I am growing and developing and getting beyond certain things. And I've developed a sense of maturity on this app to know when it's important to flip and when it's important to just make certain things pass. So I'm going to allow your ignorance to pass on this occasion. Tiger. Yeah, you. I'm going to allow your ignorance to pass this time. I'm going to put it down to immaturity. I'm going to put it down to a bruised ego. Yes? I'm going to put it down to a lack of wisdom. Because I called you out on the GoFundMe. I'm going to take it back. And you can't do nothing about it. I said that it is important that you give account of what's going on with the private detective, and Jayden Smith's case. Yes, I did. I'm not have to contribute for ask about it. And if that is your mindset, then straight away you are not a collaborator and you are not a person that's unifying people across when it comes to the Jayden Smith case. Because if it's only those who can put money in it can ask what's happening. Foolishness here, chat, because you don't know how many members of my platform actually contributed. But I am not surprised. I am not surprised that you've ended up refunding everybody the GoFundMe money. I'm not surprised. I did tell you that it was not going to work because people are not going to put their money into something that is not transparent in how you plan to go forward. If you can't be transparent about all of the steps and so on, there are people who are going to doubt the process. You don't like what I told you the truth? Too bad for you. Too bad for you. Too bad for you. But let me tell you this. When it comes to the name calling and the re and what wanna go on with over on TikTok, who wanna just have this little nasty way about, whenever don't agree with somebody, have to come out and call people name and all of that. I heard such disrespect in that screen recording, even towards Surprise. I had to wonder to myself, wow, is this the kind of individual that was one of the pioneering people for the Jayden Smith case? I call Surprise Rent a Dread and all kinds of mess, people. All kinds of mess. And this is why I tell you that you guys will never be taken seriously because of how you communicate and how you put things forward. Nobody of intelligence is gonna listen to what you have to say because of how you people handle conflict. Yeah, because of how you handle conflict. Now, I'm not going to stoop to the level that you stoop to. But I'm going to say clearly nothing was going forward, which is why you had to close the GoFundMe. Never did that happen. You understand? And it's not surprising. As time progresses and the Jayden Smith case drags out, we're talking 8 months plus. 8 months and counting, this little boy is yet to be found. It's only the strongest who will survive the race. It's only those who can persevere will survive the race. Now, when we say justice for Jayden, what do we mean? What exactly do you want? Everybody came out and we highlighted all of the lies, all of the deception, all of the lies and all of the deception of the family. We presented all of this information. Some of you started to introduce theatrics, which you claimed was for a greater good. Fine. I didn't agree with it because I don't do theatrics. You over TikTok and I love them something there. So Una was like, great, this is serving a purpose. We don't do theatrics on this platform. We stick to facts and truth. My audience is interested in the movement and wants to see justice, in that they want to see somebody taking accountability for what happened to Jayden, whoever that person might be. And we're also fed up of the government dragging their feet on this case and not making systematic moves to ensure that there is a conviction, a charge, an arrest, much less. Because Jayden is considered dispensable in the eyes of the system because he's not a who's who child. Now, I'm not going to come out here and debate intellects and academics with you because you'll never win, Tiger. Take that from me. You'll never win. But I'm going to say this to you. You cannot be wanting unity amongst the freedom fighters and playing these nasty games where you go on your platform and you're disrespectful to everybody who has had a voice out here in the movement, because everybody has had a voice out here in the movement. Be it myself, J Pro, Mato, although me not in a Mato, but him still have a voice. Chat and Laugh had a voice, and I'll get to that in a minute. J Pro, Yard Boss. I could go on and on. There are several others. North Coast. So although we may not be on TikTok, we're very much aware of everybody. Your name is not any more significant than anybody else's. Don't get that in your head and make you feel like you can grow wings, because it isn't the case. Your name ain't more significant than anybody else's because you are no head honcho. Everybody is pulling their weight and everybody is contributing in one way or another. So just like how you no need us, we no need you neither. Let's make that very clear. But what is needed is for everybody's voice to be heard around justice for Jayden Smith. And it is pathetic when you start to boil things down to bad mind. That is such a commonly used word and a phrase, bad mind. And it just goes to show that on a mindset limited and on a can't think beyond on a nose. Everything a bad mind, because me can assure you now, neither materially, physically, economically, academically, every alley do I have any need to bad mind. Anyhow, no. Trust and believe that. You hear? We're not up on them level there. We're all here doing one thing, and that is fighting for Jayden Smith's justice. And pretending as though you want justice and then going on the other side and talking about people and attacking their person. And Ray, when nobody attacked you, we asked you a simple question to give account for the GoFundMe, to tell us what is happening with the detective, the private detective, that I recall you saying had already started, at least that is what was said on Yardbar's platform, that you had already started the work. So it coming like say, oh no want to do them something there. I don't know no one get questioned. I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you're gonna get questioned. You know, have to answer, but you're gonna get questioned. Right? You're pretentious. You come out and claim that you don't have any issue with people, and you know, carry up the people in your heart, and then you did that live that you did today. This male-centric life where, oh, it is only J Pro and J Pro, you're chatting crap. You think say you can come wishy-washy out everybody's work out here? You're not doing it. It's not gonna happen. You guys have already chased away Chat and Laugh with no foolishness. Because all you going on about defending Chat and Laugh and Ray, you have never defended her when it counted, and I can see that. I can see that. You understand? Chat and Laugh has decided to step away from the case. That woman has been so passionate. The one who cries for Jayden every day. She has been so passionate about the case. I want to bully her until she decides that she's not doing it anymore. Hey, so no, I won't be giving up, you know. Pick up yourself, live and let live. I won't be giving up, not at all. I want to bully Chat and Laugh until Chat and Laugh step away from the case. Now, I listened to Chat and Laugh live, right? And I listened to her lament about how her address was put out in the public. Her business certificate and asset was put out to the public. And that in itself shows me that you people are a joke. Because this woman has done nothing but stand up to the family, bawl for peace, for justice, scream out her lungs and ask for Jayden there. That's all she do. Passionate about it. You understand? And yet, Uno do them something there to her. But let me tell you this. I don't even believe that Chat and Laugh will ever stop talking about Jayden, you know. Maybe she want a break. I don't know. Me find it hard to believe it, but she's saying that nobody can change her mind and she's coming off the case. And she's leaving it alone. I'm going to give my 2 cents on the march that's coming up for Jayden Smith on the 27th of June. I'm going to give my 2 cents on that march. After listening to the disrespect and stuff that I heard on Tiger's Live from that screen recording, and I don't know if there was even more, but I heard enough. I am going to say that the march is worth supporting regardless of these people's feelings. Because everybody is losing sight of the most important thing. That Jayden's name needs to be kept alive. That people need to know that this child's case has not been solved. Surprise is on the ground. And as much as Surprise is a kind of guy that when you talk with him per life, he might talk over people. That's the only thing I have with Surprise, you know. I have a lot of respect for Surprise. I have a lot of respect for Surprise. Surprise is not disrespectful. Surprise does not speak of himself as though he is Lord of Lords. He is simply a man that is for justice for the little boy. And if it is that in his elderly years, this is what he wants to be known for, I have no problem supporting Surprise and bigging him up to continue to do it and to do the work. So I'm saying to my platform, anything you guys can do to support Surprise and his march on the 27th of June, do it. Now follow these bangarang people. What I'm interested in is war and bacchanal and nonsense, rather than keeping a level head. We're gonna support the march. You understand? Hold on. Look something. Look there. Right? We're gonna support the march. It's on the 27th of June. It's in Mandeville. I'll put it on my community page so that you guys can see where it is going to be. And everything, it's going to be on my community post. Right? Surprise's heart is in the right place. Surprise is not interested in no bacchanal and to and fro. He just wants to see the march a success and he wants to make sure that justice is achieved. These are the kind of people that we will support. Not the kind of people that's going to dip up on the people and call them out of their name and be disrespectful unnecessarily because they've been asked to give account for a GoFundMe. If at that alone, I'm going to make you go on, so brother. Suppose me really go in at things with you. How you going to manage? How you gonna manage? Because no matter how you think your face, you know, me a girl, me face tear than you by far. By far. You understand? Our attitude is rank. And I should have known from the first time when I was introducing it to the audience and the live buck up on you a cuss out one woman and a call her out her name, that this is the kind of individual that you are. Them always say take sleep, mark death. Take sleep and mark death. I told you that the GoFundMe was going to fail because I knew that people would not invest in it. I know I would never invest in it because I don't know you. I'm glad I never do it. Yes, I'm glad I never did it. No regrets there at all. But the fact that it was spoken about means that more people knew that it existed than when you were just doing it with your set of people. So that counts for something, whether you like it or not. It still gives people the option to decide, am I going to support this or not, because they're more aware and they're more likely to make a decision on their own. But you see, some of you too uppity. You don't acknowledge because you think say, no girl or no boy no better than you. The mere fact that you even present that language means you've got a chip on your shoulder. You're insecure. A secure person doesn't have to reason like that. Doesn't have to say that calling a person's name mean that you're giving a body no accolade or no marmalade. Are you directly may a talk to Tigers? Are you may a call? Are you may a call out straight up? Because you're disrespectful. Yes, you are. This is the reason why people are being turned off of the entire thing. This kind of negative energy that you guys bring to the table. You do not know how to level off things and make sure that the sole focus is justice for Jayden. You have to bring in your personal gripes. Because just like when I have drones, me have drones everywhere too. Everywhere as a blogger. Them they all both. My graduates are everywhere. Every time when they refer to me, me get a screenshot. Remember me tell you, or a screen recording. Because I saw them operate when it comes to this case. Including if anything significant is happening or significant is developing. Because them they're in the 4 quarters of the globe. So when me asleep, them I work. But all I can say is this. Oftentimes, because it's all about ego and who is tougher than who or who think them better than who and all of that kind of nonsense mentality. Why it is that there can be no collaboration in the case? Because on ego too fragile one, on feel like on cannot be questioned. I can be questioned. My graduates question me all the time. I can be questioned. Half of me not better than nobody. So because somebody not donate personally, mean that they could not have encouraged other people to donate, meaning that they could not have made somebody else more aware so that they can go donate if they want. And as I say, I'm not just new to this. I want to know true to this. It is sad to see Chat and Laugh make that decision. It is very sad. No girl, no boy not gonna make me make that decision when it comes to Jayden Smith. No. You understand? Because this little child has to have justice. So Surprise wants to do his march. We're going to support that. We're going to advertise it. We're going to spread the word. And we're going to push it further. Because Surprise heart is in the right place. And if Surprise want to use this as accolade and marmalade for him, make him have it. Because he might be wanting that in Uno opinion, but he's not putting down every time Dick and Harry in order to achieve it. And to me, that's more respectable than a person who does. When you start to talk to your audience and talk about oof, I'm out sorry, oof, I'm out no sorry, I don't really know if you look in the mirror still, you know. But I'm going to leave it at that. You understand? But you need to learn that is not everybody that you see ask a critical question or raise an analysis is an enemy. We can't all be sheep and yes man and yes girl out here. Not everything you do going to be agreeable and you not have to can't stand it, but you have to understand say so it go. We do not all need to be pals and we never will. But when it comes to the Jayden Smith case, everybody should only have one voice, and that is justice for Jayden. One voice for that. But you cannot do that because you're busy pecking at each other. And on a personal gripes are pecking at each other. And even though me I clap back 1 and 2 times, you know, I'm taking it very lightly. Very, very lightly. My graduate them can tell you this is very light. This is just a sprinkling. Because I could go down to the level and lower. But I choose to see the bigger picture. That without this upcoming March, this case is definitely going to go cold. And nobody else is going to bother. Because it's difficult enough to deal with virtual personalities like ours, much less to deal with people in our real life. HK, this is so sad that Chat and Laugh stepped back. Oh my God, people are such bullies. She was so passionate about Jayden Smith's disappearance. So sad. Yes, it's so sad, but I totally understand because she had deal with the heathens them. You understand? And that is what happens. That is what happens. Because notice now, I think I must say one time I've ever sat on a live where Tiger is concerned. One time I've sat on a live. Once. Every other time is clips I get from here or there or everywhere. Clips. And that goes to show you that You're not more important than anybody else that's involved in the case. You're not more significant. So I don't know who inflate your wings. I don't know who inflate your wings, brother. But you need to ask God for make you humble. Right? I spend most of my time listening to Chat and Laugh. Because Chat and Laugh come live more time when me about to go on my bed. You understand? And that is when I will be clicking on TikTok and I will see Chat and Laugh is live and I will listen to her. I would have listened to Chat and Laugh all night while she talks with passion for Jayden Smith. And you know what is particularly sad, particularly pathetic about this whole thing is how none of you have the respect, the maturity enough, the wisdom, the foresight to recognize that every single person that says justice for Jayden has a role, a heart, a contribution to play in moving things forward and keeping his name alive. No, I don't want to stifle some in favor of others, push down some in favor of others, disrespect some in favor of others. I don't just have this vile mentality. And that's why it's going to go around in a circle and it's not going to go anywhere. Because when more interested in feeding on the egos and feeling better about yourself and showing out, me say, guys, I won't even play that screen recording because that's how not important it is. But just to show you, the screen recording I got, this man was even on his live talking about, look at his diamond earring and his this and that. And I'm just like, I saw them frightened. I them think they're frightened people. You see, because I've been blessed all my life. So them something that frighten me. But what is that? And how does this come into the whole argument about what is happening with the private detective? This is England. Nobody in the UK is starving or dead for hungry. You know, you where them said Britons will never, ever, ever be slaves because we live in a society where nobody can go hungry. So I don't know who you're trying to impress with that nonsense. But your ego is the problem. And this is why Una I go stay far from those of us who spot it. And that's a fact. Because I'm not into ego feeding. Big up yourself, Vanessa. Big up yourself, child of God. I see you. I'm not into ego feeding when it comes to this case. It's either Una going to do it right or Una just leave it alone and go about on the business. Because bringing this kind of bangarang into it is going to stop people from being interested in hearing a thing. Surprises March is a fantastic idea. It's a wonderful thing. It's on the 27th of June in Mandeville, right? And it ought to be supported. Everything about it ought to be supported. People for turn up in them numbers. Turn up in their numbers. It's on a Saturday. I'm going to tell you the details before I put it up on my thing, right? Saturday, the 27th of June. The meetup is Mandeville Park. There's going to be free refreshments. It's at 10 o'clock sharp to 2 p.m. So it's not even long. You don't have to even do it long. They've put the route, the Mandeville route is a 6-mile walk. And they're going to start in the middle of the park and they're going to end at, let me see, so they're going to start in the middle of the park and then they're going to walk all the way around and end back in the middle of the park. You understand? You don't have to go in on no colors or nothing. You don't have to wear no themed clothes. You just go as you are. and said justice for Jayden in Mandeville Park. I don't care about who is doing it for clout. I don't business. Anybody want to do it for clout, at least them doing it. And this is what I'm saying you guys are losing sight of. It's not about who wants to be Ray and who wants to be Tay. If it's happening, it is a good thing. And Una cannot see the good, Una can only see the evil. Just like how, fair enough, Chat and Love did have a problem with the lawyer lady. So the lawyer lady I tell Pierre Larry, the match still happened. It may have been smaller scale. It may have been for a totally different cause. It still take place. And it's still better than nothing at all when it came to the issue of children. And a lot of them, Uno will get caught up in the, oh, she lie. And yeah, we will laugh and kiki about it, you know. But don't think for a second that the graduates don't see what is more important. And what is more important is that a march happened. We ain't that daft. Everybody like little bangarang, we will laugh, yes? But don't think for a minute that that deters the fact that the march still happened. And the GoFundMe didn't. So who is more organized? Talk to me now. Talk to me now. Who is more organized then? The mere fact, okay, yes, we don't trust the lawyer. She says a lot of things. Not never agreed. 100% agreed. No debate there, so. But them still do them little march. And that wasn't a Jayden Smith march. People still turn up. Them still had them little t-shirts and wearing them placards, and them still did them little march and then little band. They still did something. Isn't something better than nothing? Why can't we ever look at the big picture? It's still better than nothing. So I'm saying that the Jayden Smith march is still better than nothing. And I don't care who is behind it. I don't care who is getting clout from it. I don't care who want to turn the big salva. I don't care about those things that I care about. What I care about is that his name never dies and that we're still making sure that there is pressure out there for the family to reflect and confess. These are the things that are significant and important. But no, you want to come and attack me for asking you to give accountability for the GoFundMe. Go right ahead. I still when blouse and skirt ask you. I want to know if you can come keep at my mouth. Because we are looking to any source of help to move it on. Big up yourself, bro Shaka. Any source of support and help to move it on. We're looking at it. If people, they look and see. Because they don't know you. GoFundMes are usually supported first by friends and family. Usually first by friends and family, then by strangers. Wisdom should tell you that. So when friends and family and support has come forward first, when people see that the traction is growing and it really is a genuine thing and things are progressing a rare way, then we jump on. That is how it works for some people who don't know you, Adams. You think some people can just pick up your GoFundMe and start advertise it like that and them don't know the kind of person you is? My platform don't know you. You're stupid if you think that. You know how many people get scammed like that? We are not going to go into something blind. So you may know you have integrity and you have good reason and good cause. But we don't know you. And we don't know your setup. So when you're saying, no, it wasn't even in your name and it was in somebody else's name, I'll learn something there. I'll learn something there. I don't have a clue how to do certain things. But anyway, like I said, support the march as much as you possibly can. Surprise doing it is a wonderful thing. Ignore the bruised egos and the disrespectful sentiments. And let me tell you something, graduates. A whole heap of people think that because you not come out, you can cuss some bumbleclots. You can't do it. Excuse my language on the Sunday. Because you not come out and tell people about their mother, you cannot do it. It's not that, we choose not to. I need you to understand that we choose not to. Because we realize that there are better ways to communicate and there are better things that can get done when you communicate on a level. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense going down that path when you're trying to get something achieved. Now, I know who were on the live the last time. Big up yourself, Linda Paris. Those of you who were on the live the last time, when I asked for Tiger to come out and look at the tell us what's happening with the private detective, give accountability for the GoFundMe. Was it said in a disrespectful way? Drop it in the comments. Was it said in a disrespectful way? Tell me if it was, because then I'll apologize. Tell me if when I said it, was it done in a disrespectful way? Live and Let Live says no. So when Tiger come out and disrespect me now, only nothing say me have every right for deep up underneath him. But I'm not gonna do it. Because it look like a belly a carry. And this is what I'm trying to say. The whole I want to busy carrying belly. Because you go on like say you've not been watching my channel. But you have. You don't want to call my name because you have a chip on your shoulder. And you don't want to make it look like say anybody else over here have more information or knowledge or wisdom in how to handle the case. That no, this is no competition channel or platform. We ain't competing for who's going to solve the case the fastest. None of us are. Nobody on this platform is doing that. Anyone that only going to crack the case, if you don't want to crack the case, we applaud you. Because this is not where we are at. We are not here to crack case. We are here to keep a record and to spread the word and to share information and to analyze and to discuss and to keep Jayden Smith's name alive. And that's Jayden Smith alone we talk about. Because like I said, we don't build our platform on Jayden. But Jayden is one of the cases that we are interested in over here. And trust and believe, without Jayden Smith's name coming out of your mouth, I didn't know you existed, Tiger. Let's make that clear. Because you're afraid for calling my name. But I'm going to call yours. You understand? So, like I said, it's not about jumping on bandwagon and choosing sides and deciding who is better to support than who. I don't care if it's even matter with himself, because you know him love go on already. Me not care if I matter behind it. Me not even care if I the liar what we not trust behind it. I don't care. I don't care. Anybody who wants to go out there and support the Jayden Smith match, do it. You understand? If you don't want to contribute, go with a case of water. And get out water. You understand? Go and support it. Because it's not about bruised egos. It's not about short man mentality. I mean, even if Tiger short entirely, it doesn't matter. The mindset kind of short still. Right? We don't have to behave like market people over here and get on in certain ways in order to push what is right. What we're pushing as what is right is if Jayden's march doesn't happen, nobody else is going to do it, people. If Jayden Smith's march doesn't happen, none of them that's gonna hear a cuss and a bicker are gonna do it. None. Not one. Surprise is a doer. Surprise is a doer. Let him do it. He's on the ground. He's among the people. He knows the ins and outs of the environment. He is the best placed person. Him even matter is there. Him can be on board. Anybody where they on the ground. It no matter what our personalities are like. It no matter if we like with one another or not. It does not matter. When it comes to those things, set them aside and focus on the goal, no man. None of them can do that. I swear to God, graduates, if I was in Jamaica, I would have do this march myself. You know how it hurt me when my sister chat and laugh come off? Doxing is illegal. I don't know who did it, and I'm not getting into who did it. Me no clue though. But it isn't right that her information was put out there. Anybody who did that, on wrong for that. But cuss no bring good word. You understand? Cuss don't bring good word. And oftentimes when you're standing for the right, you get the most fight. You get the most fight. I cannot believe that this man got up in his feelings because he was asked to give accountability for a GoFundMe. So it should have just go so, brother. So this is not about Jamaica rallying behind. It's only about your little platform and your little people. What a Ross. Never in my life. Never in my life. So you see, whoever it is that is over here now that was busy screen recording to give to him before, screen record this and send it go give him to. Because some are only too passy. I have no regrets asking you to give accountability for the GoFundMe money when it comes to the private detective that you claimed you were going to hire towards the case. And if me asking you about it has made you refund it, good. Because it means it never did a gone away in the first place. People can now divert their money elsewhere and do other things with it. Like support the march. If you don't want to do something, support the march. Surprise is on TikTok. I think his name is Andrew Price or Andy Price. What name, people? What name on TikTok? Hold on. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find him. Let me see if I can find him. See him here. Andrew Francis 306. Andrew Francis 306, otherwise known as Surprise. His TikTok is there. Okay, that is his TikTok, right? And see him have himself and Yard Boss. I said them stand for justice and them fighting towards the march. He's showing he's got his permit. So he's taken a picture of the permit on his page, and it is there and confirmed that he has gotten permission, or at least he's in the process of getting permission. So see it here now. Him right to Leighton Francis, 26th of May, Superintendent of Police, request for public march permit. See, everything is being done. It talks about the live marching band. So I think that is Durval's band. Durval's band where Uno beg me enough to go send money to. It bond me, see? Just because Uno confusing the two different things, but me can't do anything. It's Uno money. You're not gonna put it where Uno comfortable. You understand? He's got the placards being printed. So he's showing evidence of the placards being printed. The man is doing his thing. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I don't see how it is that people are getting up in their feelings to the point where them are call this respectable or this big man what could have been my father. I call him Renta Dread. You're disrespectful. You understand? You're very disrespectful. And people like you really and truly should not be the voice for Jayden Smith if that's what you're doing. If that's what you're doing. Anywhere it can be raised up publicly and noticeably so that his name doesn't die is exactly what we should be rallying behind. And I don't care about your personal gripes and issues with me asking you about a GoFundMe. You can take that and stick it where the sun don't shine. I'm going to ask you. You put it out in the public, it's askable. Otherwise, keep it under your belly, under your apron. And don't tell us. It's very simple. And that is that. Anyway, guys, I haven't come to stay long. I have got to prepare for work, right? For this week. Big up on the nice clean self. Please make sure that you like up the live on your way out. This is your girl, Head Teacher K. Peace. Bye.